The city of Boston begins its healing process. Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Sonia Shrivastava. Glad to have you with us. Well, it's been 3 days since the twin bombings in Boston, and so far no one has claimed responsibility for the attack. The FBI is now looking to talk with two people they are calling persons of interest. It's important to state that they are not being called suspects in the case. Authorities discovered an image that shows a man dropping off a bag and then walking away from the site of the explosions. Meanwhile, President Barack Obama and the First Lady were in Boston today. The president spoke at an interfaith service honoring the victims of the blast. He told mourners, quote, every one of us stands with you because after all, it's our beloved city too.
In this moment of grief, we join you in saying, Boston, you're my home. For millions of us, what happened on Monday is personal. It's personal. Today, our prayers are with the Campbell family of Medford. They're here today.
Now, in the wake of these horrific events, there is an outpouring of charitable giving, but Maryland Attorney General Doug Gansler is warning residents to do their homework. Watch out for fake websites and do not make any cash donations. Well, the man accused of sending letters laced with ricin to President Obama and U.S. Senator is now behind bars. 45-year-old Paul Curtis was taken into custody at his apartment in Cortland, Mississippi. The letter to Senator Roger Wicker was intercepted at a mail sorting facility in Landover. The one to the president was found at another postal location. Authorities say field tests on the mail showed it was positive for the substance, but they are awaiting for additional results. A Ferndale man has been arrested after allegedly threatening a similar attack to Monday's explosion at the Boston Marathon. Ronald Smith is accused of calling 911 on Wednesday, telling dispatchers he was going to blow some stuff up. Police who went to his residence say he admitted making the call, adding that they didn't find any bomb-making materials. Well, on any given day, the University of Maryland College Park is bustling with large crowds. In light of the events in Boston, Sergeant Aaron Davis with the University of Maryland Police says they are trying to decrease fear. Their department is stepping up patrols and increasing its visibility. There are more than 400 security cameras that monitor the campus 24/7.
Technology in the last 2 years, we have an ALPR system, an automatic license plate reading system that we have set up at every gate on campus, so we can read any license that comes through, whether the tag be stolen, whether the person who owns the car is wanted on some sort of watch list, and if we have a person of interest, we can enter them ourselves so that we can watch out for that person to enter and leave on campus. And it's been a great tool. Unlike many of the other departments where their biggest event might be a football game once a month or so, we have something nearly every week, a large event that has a large amount of people coming to campus, whether it be a concert, a basketball game, football game, some other sporting event, Dalai Lama visit, president visit. I say all that to say we do this very often, and we have a lot of experience with them. We are experts at crowd control, experts at crowd management in our...
Now, Davis says they have 90 patrol and 4 canine officers. The Comcast Center will host many graduations in the coming months. The Dalai Lama will also visit the campus in early May, and you can expect to see heightened police present at all of those events. Well, the U.S. Senate fails to muster sufficient support for background checks on gun buyers, likely dooming any major legislation to curb gun violence in the near future. The bipartisan measure was crafted to address the mass slaughters in Newtown, Connecticut and Aurora, Colorado, where dozens were killed and injured. The amendment failed 54-46, falling short of the 60 votes needed to break a filibuster. Recent polls show that more than 90% of Americans support background checks on all gun buyers. Meantime, opponents of Maryland's gun control law say they won't seek a referendum to overturn the measure. Instead, they plan to back a lawsuit by the National Rifle Association. The law bans assault-type rifles, limits magazines to 10 bullets, and requires fingerprints and a license to buy a handgun in the state. Republican Delegate Neil Parrott says that the issue is a constitutional right and that citizens should not be voting on it. Parrott is the founder of MDPetitions.com, a group that successfully petitioned 3 other laws to referendum in the past 2 years. Now, the law is scheduled to take effect October the 1st.